Hello. In my earlier video, I just deployed this container which contains this application. So, uh, and we have successfully tested that using this coffee suppliers. Yes, it is working. And also we have connected to the existing SQL server. So in this current video, this is the part 2 of this. So what we will do is that we will also try to migrate this MySQL database to the Docker container. This is the task. So in my earlier task, you can see this. This is the outcome of the existing diagram, and we also powered off this existing application server. So still we are able to connect through the Docker to the MySQL server. Okay, after modifying this, no, I mean the file which is from the Docker file. So in this video, we will try to learn about how to migrate this database of MySQL to a Docker container. So this is the existing diagram which is there, which currently my container is available in the Node app. We will create a container MySQL, and then we will start migrating MySQL server into this Docker container. Okay, so the first step what we are going to do this. So this setup is all done in this Cloud9 EC2 instance environment. So let us start. So this is task 4. So in my task 4, we are starting with this file. Yeah, so MySQL dump. Create a MySQL dump file from the data where which is available in MySQL database. So how do I do that? So MySQL dump with so and so, I mean the complete as it is. I need to copy. To just understand this one, hyphen port is 3306, hyphen h is the host name. I need to replace this MySQL host IP address, hyphen u the node app, and so and so. So I just copy this one into what we call this is the one into notepad, and then I'll modify this MySQL IP. This is MySQL IP address. So I'm bringing the dump. Okay, so it should be in single line. Let me run this particular file. Let me run this. So for this I change this location also to node app codebase partner to ensure that you are in the correct directory, and then so you ask this pwd home ec2 environment, so it's okay, perfect. Ask for password is coffee. Yeah, sql.sql file. Okay, so this point is done now. Shows the output, however it is left notice to, so it's a contains directory. So go to this containers directory, mkdir and cd mysql. So you see this mysql.sql file has been dumped here. What we need to do is that let us create this directory. Okay, mkdir mysql. Create a docker file, touch docker file. This is how we create the container, which we have done earlier also. You copy the code, move this MySQL file into this my location, and open the docker file and copy paste this one. Save the changes. Yes. Okay. So this Docker file should contain like this 3306 is the port. Okay. Save the changes which were done. Okay. So this is the analysis. This Docker code specifies the new Docker image should be created. Okay, with the existing MySQL Docker image. Then SQL dump file which you have created in the previous step is copied to the container. The code also specifies that the container should allow the traffic of the port 3306, which is standard MySQL port of the network communication. Okay, now let us run this command. So this basically what it does, attempts to free up some disk space on Cloud 9 EC2 instance by removing unneeded files. Okay. Okay, it's okay. Finally, error responses from the demo message. Okay, that displays. Finally, run the command. So let me run this Docker image. Remember, you have to run this command where your Docker file is there. Yeah, reclaim the space. Okay. So now let us build this tag. This will run this Docker file. It will create a new Docker image. It will create. It will build. The dot should be there. So it is trying to build the Docker container, Docker image. Yeah, it is done. It is done. You can see this MySQL server has been added. SQL server. Right. So this is the verification. The output will be something like this. You can just skip. So verify Docker images. The output will be similar to this particular. Notice that MySQL server line item which is created only few minutes ago. Yeah, that completes 31. Now 32. So this is Docker run. Let me run this image with the root password. Okay, -d MySQL server. Root password equal to root pw. You see this one? This is MySQL server. This is the tag, the repository which is there. I'm trying to run. Yeah, this is my ID. You can see this MySQL server is having the container ID of so and so, which I just started 7 seconds ago. Yeah, Docker container ls also you can see. Two containers are now running. So I'll just copy paste those things also. That completes my 32 item. So this PSR. Just copy this one. We may require this container ID at a later stage. Okay. So now import the data into MySQL database and define a database user. Run the following command. Okay. So let me execute this Docker execution so that we will be going into this MySQL, and this is password is root pw, user is root. Okay, from import the database from my MySQL.sql. which is already here. So what I do is that I import this MySQL into this Docker container. Okay, it's done. It's done. Ignore the warning. That's okay. So now let us create an AWS user. So to create a database user, Docker execute the complete one. So here this indicates that -i, this is your MySQL user root, and password is uh, password p root pw -execute create user. This is the command which we are going to run. Create user node app identified with the MySQL as database native password by that is by coffee. Grant all privileges to this particular user uh, called create a node app user. Okay, so I just copy this one and create user database user in the container. Okay, so this completes our task 4. Now testing my MySQL container with the node application. See, now what we have done is that we have created our Docker. You see, this is the existing diagram now. We already copied the MySQL database to the Docker container, and also we created a Docker user also. Okay, so now let us stop and remove the node application server container. Run the following. Okay, so I stop this node application from the Docker in this 34 step. Okay, it has stopped. So now just verify this bridge. Okay, so you have some the following example output shows only a portion of the output. Okay, so like this the containers etc which is there. Here also same thing, you can see this container so and so options. That's okay. Okay, start a new node. So this point number 36, start a new node application Docker container. In this step you run Docker command to start a new container from the node app Docker image. However, this time you pass, okay, application DB host environment to the container environment. So earlier which we were pointing out to the IP address of the MySQL server, now we will point out to the application DB host. So how do I do that? I just copy this one, I run this one again. So this is your this particular one, application DB host equal to the IP address. Okay, this is the IP address which you need to copy. No need to copy the ports. This is the IP address 172, in my case 17.03/16. So I replace this. Okay, I write it manually. 16. And now let me run this Docker container. Okay, now your container has started. You can see this particular one. Perfect. Yeah, 36. So you can see this Docker PS will display the Docker and Docker ID. And now let us test the application also. So Docker PS. Now you can see that this node app is running with the container ID so and so, and also your MySQL server is also now connected. Let me check this application. See this, the website is running. So now you see this, open the web application with the colon 3000 as the port. If the copies list of suppliers to verify that the database is connected. Okay, if you see the supplier entry you have created previously, the entry seems contains the change that you made to the street name example, and that is the confirmation you have successfully connected. One of the important benefits of running this application on containers is to portability and scalability. You see this one list on 3306 should be communicated. So in this way we have successfully configured our Docker container in where we have deployed this MySQL also in a container. So with this, yes, we have successfully completed this particular exercise where you can do this testing. So hence the final result is like something that looks like this particular part. Yeah. So both things are deployed in a container, and yeah, and with the URL which we have mentioned of the Cloud9 instance, you can successfully see this Docker container as for Node application as well as this MySQL. Thank you very much and bye.